want it, want some motherfucking guala? Money. Bando used to smell like some stinking enchiladas. The streets is a jungle, gotta watch for the koala. Snoopers. All I ever wanted was to get rid of them.
Hey there, my Boy Scouts, and welcome to another Fight Clear commentary by me, InfernoPlus. Today I'm going to be rambling over our clear of Thordan EX, minimum item level, no echo. And I know a lot of my viewers don't play this game because it's not Dark Souls out of 10, so let me take a quick second to explain exactly what that means. Minimum item level means and no echo is. And with that out of the way, let's talk about some video games. Thordan EX is one of the most interesting fights I've done in Heavensward so far. The fight mainly revolves around Thordan, but he also brings along all his friends, each of which has their own unique abilities and mechanics. The thing that makes this fight so interesting is that each individual mechanic is very simple and straightforward, and you can pretty much explain how to deal with each of them in just a few words, like stack up, spread out, or don't stand in the explosions. And each one of these mechanics is introduced one at a time up until the last phase. This is an excellent way for players to learn how to deal with them individually before they are combined to make the fight more difficult later on. Especially since in the final phase of this fight, all of these mechanics are roiled together into a fucking hurricane, and it just rolls over your group, tearing life bars asunder. But more about that later. The majority of the mechanics in the first half of the fight are generally handled by giving players predefined positions to move to at specified times. Every player has a position assigned at one of the cardinal and intermediate directions of the arena, and when we spread out, we just move to our points. This helps eliminate any confusion or scrambling around if two players need to separate and they decide to run in the same direction. And it is a common problem in a lot of raids when two players need to separate or move to different positions, but they don't know where the other player is going. But by having predefined decisions, that completely eliminates the problem. Unfortunately, this will not work for all mechanics, as there are certain random elements to some of them, but it works for the majority of them, which is very helpful. Another thing to note about this fight is that the incoming damage is fairly low. It definitely has its moments where healing is incredibly critical, but overall I get quite a lot of DPS uptime throughout the fight, and my co-healer does as well actually. Due to the way this fight works, the higher your overall raid DPS is, the fewer mechanics you have to deal with in the last phase. So even a tiny bit of extra damage can really help out in the long run, especially since the tail end of the final phase is an absolute nightmare hellscape to heal. Seriously. Oh, and also, speaking of healer DPS, rest in peace Cleric Stance, you will be missed. Not to say that I'm not excited for the changes in Stormblood, but I'm going to miss the old Cleric Stance. It served us well. And on the note of healing, here's one of those critical points in the fight that I mentioned earlier. This phase is what I call the Brave Boys. During this part of the fight, there is a ridiculous series of high damage raid-wide hits that can very easily kill off a lot of the DPS. And due to how the mechanics work, the party is spread all over the arena, so you have to specifically heal players that are targeted, while also being wary of the group's overall health as well. This phase was a serious roadblock for quite a while, but I eventually planned out my ability usage to the point where I could pretty much do it in my sleep. I even saved 3 Aetherflow charges leading into this phase and purposely hold my Aetherflow cooldown until after the first set of dive bombs. I'm sure it physically pains some of you to see that icon not counting down, but this is one of the few fights that I actually feel it is entirely necessary for. Because even a tiny mistake here can lead to a DPS dying or a tank falling over, it's better to have these stacks ready just in case there's a problem than to risk something going wrong and not being able to save it. This phase is also a good example of where higher raid DPS is incredibly helpful. The two Brave Boys will trade a sword and shield buff back and forth at set intervals, and when one of them has the shield buff, you can't really attack them. So it prevents you from just focusing on one of them and killing them really fast, because they will occasionally have high defense. But if your DPS is really high, you'll be able to kill one of them before they trade the buff. And doing this allows you to skip a lot of high damage mechanics that come later in that phase, and it just makes healing and tanking this so much easier. And in this clear run, we actually managed to do that, and that's really surprising because it was not something we could consistently do. It was a pretty rare event, but luckily it happened on this run. Another note I'd like to make is that in this DPS check, we purposefully ignored the northmost meteor and allow it to hit us. It comes just short of killing the group, so as long as everyone is at full health, and no one has Brink of Death, it is entirely safe to skip. Also, during the upcoming Ultimate End, we don't use the tank limit break, as after doing some tests, I found it was safe to mitigate it with a Mind Pot Fey Illumination buffed Ad Loquium deployed off of the warrior while he's in Defiant stance. And that's just about it for commentary, I think. I'll put the original audio over the rest of the video so you guys can listen to us make screeching noises as we come close to victory. You can also watch me make one terrible mistake near the end of the fight that almost costs us the clear, but luckily we recover and get it done. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video.
I'm not even gonna have to fulfill, please. Wow.
DPS is significantly
Amazing.
higher in this run. Are you sure you guys don't have Echo on?
Maybe.
Maybe it's because we're 3 melee. Question mark.
I mean, you're all still doing less than the machinist.
Don't matter.
Big Motro.
Fuck the machinist though.
Multi-dotting scum.
Oh my god, and 0 damage on that.
So wait, who's the class that's getting a 60-second dot?
Oh, Samurai.
Samurai, wow.
Sam me up now.
Samurai has the best AoE out of all of the melee. It's insane. They have like 2 AoE combos, 3 AoE Octi CDs. Like, it's insane.
They're the melee black mage.
Yeah,
Yeah, you mean melee summoner.
Not anymore. Summoner AoE after and small double be worse.
Gaze.
Samurai AoE is crazy. Samurai single target damage is also going to be insane as well, but they have no party utility, so...
That's because the samurai work alone.
That's gonna be the job I'm gonna be making.
Is that why? Is that why they're like that? That makes a lot of sense.
Alright, so
Back to
Knights of
the
the Round
round.
is coming out. Okay, so the line is gonna be going from... Yep. there we go.
Yeah, I see it now.
Hello, melee friends.
I see it. I see the line. Center.
Middle!
And then stay. Yeah, and then cleave. Oh boy.
We don't have to worry about this one, right?
Nope, no worry.
Alright, I'm gonna move this guy over here because he's gonna go through the center.
Oh, alright, you see him. So I got the blue dot, good.
Back up.
Over here.
Whoa! Y'all good?
Yep.
Keep going.
Hallowed ground.
I'm up.
Okay.
Can I get a ghost?
Moving the boss.
Alright, I'm in Defiance.
Mantra's going out just in case.
I think we did good. Holy smokes! And you don't need Defiance anymore, yes? What? Whoa!
Cute.
Nice macro. That's why I don't use macros.
We're gonna have to kill the ad in the center.
Fuck.
LBM?
No. There's no ad in the center right now. Burn him. What the fuck are you doing?
Let's break the boss now.
We did it!
Yes! Borga!
My god, for that last
Holy shit.
heavenly heal, I used Sentinel, Rampart, and Foresight because I was like, I'm not dying.
Holy shit.
I think
That's
four
all
of us are heroes
copies of
here.
heroes?
We've got 4 heroes here.
Holy
Wait, no,
shit.
this was also the run where like everything went right.
Look at all the heroes.
Yo, who are all
and rapid growth of the chiptune musical movement in Europe. An original Game Boy going from factory to home to a second life as a piece of musical equipment.